I'm sure that'll come up in the speech later.
Rose is sporting a bit of hat head right now. They may want to rethink this time, but there won't be a next time. I didn't mean to say that. Absolutely not.
And all joking aside, they know there won't be a next time. There's a lot of pressure on this couple, for sure.
Meredith, I'm sure there won't be. People who are close to them say they are deeply and madly in love. They've had nearly a decade now to get to know each other, to become friends first as well, lovers. And they met, of course, at St Andrews when they were just friends, a few doors down at St Sally's Hall. And I think that's just been a great step. But Kate particularly, she's been able to get used to royal life. And that is so important. If you imagine Diana, 19, didn't really know Charles very well, totally different circumstances.
We also just saw them walking past some empty areas, and those are the choir stalls. You can see the very throne and altar of the Abbey now. They're right at the front, but the choir stalls are not filled yet because the service will begin with an introit and the choir will process in. So that's the only space at that end of the Abbey. Everybody else is filling up.
When the Queen arrives in a little while, folks, do the people inside the Abbey stand? Is that custom?
No, I don't think they do. I think what will happen is they will stand at the moment the organ plays for the arrival of the bride, and that's when the Queen. No.
And as you walk toward the altar on the right-hand side, that will be the royal family. On the left-hand side, the Middleton.
And in fact, Meredith, you spent a considerable amount of time inside the Abbey, didn't you?
I did, and it is just breathtaking. We were there actually for Easter services, and we listened to the choir, and with the assistants in that building, I started to cry. I really did. My friend next to me said, "Oh my gosh, already with the tears," but it just takes your breath away. It really is.
And the music that will resound from the service is beautiful, and the hymns themselves very British. William Blake, Charles Wesley, and of course the Welshman.
And there's also some new music as well.
There is, yes. Written especially to the words of the Psalms by John Russell.
You're just seeing, you just saw Prince William talking to Mrs. Middleton there, and he's currently going over to talk to his uncle, Lord Spencer.
Anyone's worried that William might be talking too much and he needs to preserve his voice for his vow. He is actually going to just be doing this for another 10-20 minutes, and then for the final 20 minutes before Kate arrives, he and Harry are going to go into a separate room and just have a moment between them. The joke at Harry's house when they announced this last week, we won't be allowing cameras in there, funny enough, guys.
You mentioned William talking to the Middletons. Apparently he is very fond of Carol and Michael Middleton, at Easter. A family home, rather than at Windsor.
He spent a lot of time in Butterbury. They are a very strong couple, very happily married. It's a very stable family, and also it's a very close family.
Let me just say, Mr. Middleton would not be in the Abbey yet. He would be arriving along with Kate Middleton.
Right.
It would be Mrs. Middleton, who I understand Carol is going to be leaving the Goring Hotel in just a couple of minutes, along with her son James. And then they will be followed, obviously the last arrival to be Kate Middleton and her father Michael.
That's the Goring Hotel right now.
Where the little hallway or sheet has been erected. The wedding gown until she steps out in front of Westminster Abbey. Some of the others who are expected to be in attendance, members of royal families from abroad, King Constantine, former King of Greece, and Prince William's godfather, his wife, Queen Anne-Marie, their eldest son, Crown Prince Pavlos, and his wife, Crown Princess Marie Chantal.
James was getting in the car. That was Carol Middleton and James getting into the car. James will be delivering the only reading, I believe, in the service today.
Which is from the Epistle to the Romans in the New Testament.
And Carol is wearing Catherine of Walker, I believe that is? A Diana favorite.
Yes, Catherine Walker, actually, I believe, passed away last year. And at the memorial service, her name was standing around as being associated with the royal bridal affair. It wasn't necessarily Kate's dress, but there were just rumours around it. It was the same as Chris Goldfield. She was linked in some way to the royal wedding wardrobe.
And in terms of the dress, just a reminder for those of you who are very interested in what Kate Middleton will be wearing. At the moment we see the dress for the first time, we'll be hearing from Gabrielle Hackworthy and Amanda Wakely. They are our fashion contributors. They